Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today I'm going to talk about the Indy 500, the 106th rating of the Indianapolis 500. The reason why I'm doing this is because I already did the entry list for the Indy 500, so I thought it would be a good idea for me to do the Indy 500. Today as well, on May 30th as I'm recording this, even though I think it was like May 29th I think in American time. This is basically the greatest day of motorsport history because we have the Indy 500, the Monaco Grand Prix, and the Coca-Cola 600 all happening at the exact same time on the exact same day. So I thought it would be a good idea for me to review all three races, which is probably going to be a tradition now. So bear with me on that. But I just want to first talk about qualifying because qualifying was very crazy. First of all, I'm gonna probably maybe show a video on this. Hopefully I don't get copyright or anything. I think it actually happened during practice, but Colton Herta, he basically flipped over, I think, in exiting turn 2. It was very reminiscent on Dan Wheldon's flip, I think, in 2003, if I remember correctly. It was basically the same thing, went up in the air, landed upside down, and all that. So it was a blatant copy of Dan Wheldon's flip. Or I think that was during practice, I think, or qualifying, and maybe it was the race. I can't remember when that flip of Dan Wheldon happened, but apparently it was a direct copy of Dan Wheldon's flip in 2003 at the Indy 500. Maybe it might have been 05. I don't know. One of those years. I don't blame no. Someone who closely follows Indy, IndyCar and knows the history can tell me down in the comments. I will actually appreciate it. But it was basically a carbon copy, and Colton Herta was okay, which was a great sign. This, however, so the top three: Scott Dixon, Alex Palou, and Rinus VeeKay. This is the fastest front row in Indy 500 history. The fastest. Scott Dixon also broke the fastest Indy 500 average speed, or qualifying speed, I guess, with 234.046 miles per hour. I think it's miles per hour. Might be kilometers per hour. I don't know. I think it's miles per hour. I might be wrong. But I mean, it's crazy. I think he's the first ever driver to reach the 234 mark, which is why it's crazy for anyone to say that Scott Dixon broke the world record qualifying speed. I think it was set by Tony Stewart, wasn't it? Or was it set by someone else? I can't remember who originally set the benchmark, but Scott Dixon, I think, obliterated it with a 234.046 miles per hour of average speed, which is crazy. But Alex Palou with 233.49 miles per hour, and Rinus VeeKay 233.385 miles per hour. Behind them in the second row is Ed Carpenter in number 33 to 233.08, Marcus Ericsson and 232.764, and Tony Kanaan 232.372. I think this is his 6th or 5th pole position at Indy 500. Correct me if I'm right for Scott Dixon. I might be wrong. But how I'm going to do this is I'm going to be doing I'll be doing the whole of the drivers. So I do have to do some scrolling leading down, which I do apologize for. And then for the standings, and then I'll be doing only the top 10. Or should I do top? I'll do the top 12 for the standings because it's rows on 3 for some reason. So that'll be this actually. I might maybe do this next year. I probably will. But yeah. So let's go on with the race. And if we switch it over here, I wanted Marcus Ericsson. Yes, Marcus Ericsson has won the 106th rating of the Indianapolis 500. Yeah, I mean, a former F1 driver winning the Indy 500, that is crazy. Second place was Pato O'Ward and Tony Kanaan, Felix Rosenqvist, Alexander Rossi, Connor Daly, Elio Castroneves, Simon Pagenaud, and Alex Palou, and Santino Ferrucci ran out top 10. And then finally, in top 20, oh, whoopsies, okay, I'm still not used to this. Starting at Juan Pablo Montoya, I think qualified 30. I think he made his way up to 11th place, which is impressive. J.R. Hildebrand, Joseph Newgarden, Graham Rahal, Will Power, David Malukas, Kyle Kirkwood, Christian Lundgaard, Ed Carpenter, and Devlin DeFrancesco ran out the top 20. And then finally, for the other drivers, I'll just go here from 21st to 33rd. Scott Dixon at pole sitter. His curse continues. I'll talk about him for a little bit. Marco Andretti, Sage Karam, Jack Harvey, Takuma Sato, Stephen Wilson, Dalton Keller, Jimmy Johnson, Scott McLaughlin, Colton Herta, Roman Grosjean, Callum Ilott, and Rinus VeeKay ran out the field. So I just want to say as well, this was a sellout crowd. I think this was, I can't remember when it was the last time this was a sellout crowd, but I think Roger Penske announced that this was a sellout crowd for the 106th running of the Indy 500, which is crazy. So congratulations to Indy 500 and IndyCar. That is an amazing feat. What happened to Rinus VeeKay, you may be asking? Well, lap 39, he crashed at turn 2, which also had the gearbox also explode because of how hard the hit was. So it was pieces, I think, some pieces, I don't know. It was debris at Paso on the racetrack, but VeeKay was okay, but he had to get out, but he was out of the race. Lap 68, Colton Herta was a lap down, and then he retired on lap 129 due to mechanical issues. Lap 69, Callum Ilott crashed, and while that was happening, Alex Palou, who was trying to make a pit stop, didn't make it to the pit lane. So obviously, like in NASCAR, there's like a little line that you have to cross to make it to pit road, and there's also a little light on the left. It instantly turned red, and he just missed it. So basically meant I think he had to go to the back of the field, if I remember correctly, if I might be wrong. Lap 80, Connor Daly passes Scott Dixon for the lead. Crowd goes wild. Why? Because Connor Daly is actually an Indiana native, which is why they always go crazy when they always go crazy. They always go crazy when Connor Daly gets the lead. I think where did he finish? So he finished 6th place and he led 7 laps, pretty decent. But Dixon did lead the most laps, a record-breaking 95. Lap 97, 4 wide on the front stretch. I mean, we were on board on Cash Neves, and Cash led us 4 wide on the front stretch, leading up to turn 1. Who knew that was going to happen in the Indy 500? Lap 106, Roman Grosjean out of the Indy 500 by crashing into the outside wall. I think he got loose, I think, in turn 2. I think exiting turn 2 onto the back stretch. Unlucky there for Grosjean. I think he was having a good run. I mean, it was actually his Indy 500 debut, so he did pretty decently there, surviving for more than half the race distance, which is impressive. But unlucky there for Grosjean. Lap 112, Scott Dixon repasses Connor Daly for the lead. However, Pato O'Ward and Santino Ferrucci had one of the greatest restarts. I just want to say, both of them went around the outside to turn 1. Pato O'Ward gets the lead from Scott Dixon, and Ferrucci was very close to following him, but he had to still lead for 3rd place. Lap 113, a lap later, Dixon did repass O'Ward for the lead. Lap 152, Scott McLaughlin into the outside wall, which is why he was out of the race on lap 150, 52, whatever. He was out of the race either way, which sucks for him. I mean, I think last year he made his debut in the Indy 500. Well, he did officially made his debut, but he made his Indy 500 debut there. It ran pretty well there, but here in 29th place, not that great. Lap 176. This is why Scott Dixon was down in 21st place, because he was caught speeding in pit lane. I think it was green flag pit stops. You can hear the tires lock up as well, the brakes locking up, and he was caught speeding on pit lane. So basically, 2 Chip Ganassi racing cars, Palou and Dixon, both got screwed over by via pit road. I mean, Dixon was definitely at fault with that. Palou didn't have. I mean, it was just unlucky there, which is bad timing. 18 laps to go. Ericsson passes Rosenqvist after Dixon was caught speeding, so obviously Dixon had to go back down to the pit lane to serve his penalty. 6 laps to go. Oh, Jimmy Johnson, lap 193. He got into the wall, and which caused a red flag. It was actually a pretty big hit. And I think it was during the back stretch. He was running really, really well. I think he qualified. Where did he qualify? I think he qualified like 10th place, I think it was. No, 12th place, sorry. He qualified 12th place. He was part of the Fast 12, which is impressive for Jimmy. Just unlucky. I mean, it was his first Indy 500. It was his first ever Indy 500 he's ever raced in. I think he was running really, really, really well. Just didn't really finish it, which is sad. I mean, he led 2 laps, which is really good. I think that's the most laps he's ever led in IndyCar, which is I mean, it's kind of a bad thing for me to say, but either way, he led some laps. He knows how to run in the front. Still, great job by him. Lap 200, Marcus Ericsson wins the 106th running of the Indy 500. That was a caution for Sage Karam on the backstretch. This was a great Indy 500. Just want to say, I watched the highlights. I was on the edge of my seats for the whole time. It was amazing. I would love to go to the Indianapolis 500 at some point during my life. I would love to. And it's definitely part of my bucket list. Going to the Indy 500, yes, please. I would love to. But that is the result for IndyCar, for the 106th running of the Indianapolis 500. Let's now move on to the standings. Yeah, okay. So, just like I said, I'll do the top 12 only. So, now in the lead is Marcus Ericsson with 226 points. Behind him is Pato O'Ward with 113 and 1 point. And he's also 1 point in front of Alex Blow. Will Power was our championship leader coming into this race. He fell down to 4th place. Joseph Newgarden and Scott Dixon in the top 6. Then we scroll down to the top 12. And it is Scott McLaughlin, Simon Pagenaud, Felix Rosenqvist, Colton Herta, Alexander Rossi, and Connor Daly ran out the top 12. So just a reminder, if you are an IndyCar fan or even looking to enter as a fan at an IndyCar, where the next race is going? Well, they're going to Detroit. So they're going to the city of Detroit. So for the what was it called? So the Chevrolet Detroit Grand Prix. That would be the timing. So FP1 and FP2. So FP1 will start on Friday, June 3rd. That'll be from 3:30 to 4:30 Eastern Time. All these are in Eastern Time. Saturday, June 4th is gonna be crazy. We'll first have FP2 on 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. and then later on will be qualifications round 1 with the first group. That'll be at 12:35 p.m. to 12:45 p.m. Then the next group will be at 12:55 p.m. to 1:05 p.m. And then we got the qualifications round 2, 1:15 to 1:25. And then the qualifications on the Firestone and Fast 6. So the top 6 fastest drivers from the round 2 will advance into this from 1:35 to 1:50. And then Saturday and Sunday, it will be first a warm-up at 10:15 a.m. and to 10:45 and then a.m. and then at 3:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. it'll be the race. So I will not be reviewing this race. I will be only reviewing the Indy 500. So let me know if you want to see actually the more IndyCar coverage. I'm happy to obviously to do a bit more IndyCar next year, but we have to wait and see there. So that is really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye.